When you really boil it down, there are two kinds of leaders in the world. You've got the ones who build people up, who inspire, who create something that lasts. And then you've got the others, the ones who just seem to leave a trail of chaos wherever they go. So what's the real difference between them? That's exactly what we're going to get into. First, let's look at the damage. Because when leadership goes wrong, it's not just a couple of bad calls. Oh no, it's a pattern, a downward spiral that can completely unravel an organization and leave a mess for everyone else to clean up. And this isn't just some abstract idea. This kind of failed leadership is a story that plays out over and over again in the business world, with some pretty devastating results. Let's look at a few big ones you'll definitely recognize.
Remember Enron? What a story. They were this titan of the energy industry, but their collapse was just spectacular. The leadership cooked the books, using all these shady accounting tricks to hide billions in debt and make the company look way more profitable than it was.
And then you've got Theranos. The promise was huge, right? Revolutionize healthcare with a single drop of blood. The only problem? The technology was a sham, and the leadership knew it. They deliberately misled everyone, from Silicon Valley investors to actual patients. Or how about Volkswagen's Dieselgate? This was wild. The company literally programmed its cars to cheat on emissions tests. And this wasn't some rogue engineer acting alone. This was a systemic failure of leadership that decided profits were more important than, the law and the air we breathe.
Uber's meteoric rise was, for a long time, overshadowed by all these stories about a really toxic work culture. And that wasn't just some internal issue. That leadership style directly hurt their public image and broke the trust of both their employees and their customers. And of course, Wells Fargo. Employees were opening millions of bank and credit card accounts without customer permission, all to hit these insane sales goals. This was a direct result of a culture that rewarded unethical behavior, with almost zero accountability from the top.
So what's the connecting thread here? These are all different industries, different scandals, but they share the exact same toxic DNA. You see it every time. A desperate focus on short-term wins, a total lack of transparency, nobody taking responsibility, and an environment where cutting corners wasn't just tolerated, it was encouraged. This points to something much deeper than just a few bad apples. And this gets us to the absolute heart of the problem. The core failure in every single one of these cases wasn't just bad ethics. It was a complete and total confusion between two very, very different things: reputation and credibility. Okay, let's really break this down. Reputation. Think of that as the shiny, manufactured image. It's the carefully crafted PR mask. It's all about looking good and hiding the flaws. And because it's so shallow, it can be shattered in a second. But credibility, that's something else entirely. That's built on solid ground. It's the simple quality of being trustworthy, and you can only earn it through your actions, over time. It's not about being perfect. It's about your words and your actions being in sync. It's about owning your mistakes.
This image of the scales just nails it, doesn't it? Credibility is all about balance. It's the integrity you show when what you do consistently matches what you say. It's not a flawless performance, it's just authentic alignment.
So if all those failed leaders were chasing the wrong thing, this fragile reputation, what should they have been chasing? Let's totally reframe how we think about credibility. It's not some fluffy soft skill. It's a real, tangible asset.
I want you to actually think about this for a second. In the whole high-stakes game of leadership, what's the one thing you have that is absolutely priceless? The one thing that, if you lose it, everything else just falls apart.
And there it is. John Maxwell just put it perfectly. Credibility is a leader's currency. It's the capital you spend to earn trust, to gain influence, to actually lead. If you have it, you're solvent. If you lose it, you're bankrupt. Simple as that.
So why is this invisible currency so darn powerful? Well, for one, it's a trust accelerator. People just listen more when they believe you're credible. It amplifies your influence. It helps you build real, lasting relationships, not just transactional ones. In a world full of noise, it's what makes you stand out. And at its core, it's the bedrock of real integrity. It's proof that you'll do the right thing even when nobody's watching.
Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, right? But how do you actually build it? How do you earn this currency and start making deposits into your own leadership account? Let's get practical. It really comes down to these 4 steps. First, you have to know what you stand for, define your values, and then actually live by them.
Second, honor your word. This is the classic walk the talk. Your actions have to back up your promises. Third, and this one is huge, be vulnerable. Credibility isn't about pretending you're perfect. It's about being real enough to own your imperfections. Talk about your failures. And finally, number 4, be accountable. When you screw up, and we all do, don't hide it. Own it, show you're sorry, and do what it takes to make it right.
All right, as we start to wrap this up, I want you to stop thinking of this as a lesson and start thinking of it as a personal audit. It's time to check your own books.
This quote is such a powerful reminder of what we're talking about. You don't build this overnight. It's not about one big speech or a fancy mission statement. Your credibility is the sum total of all your actions, day after day. It's a long-term investment, built with thousands of tiny, consistent deposits of trust and integrity. And that brings us to our final and maybe most important question. We've seen how this currency, which takes a lifetime to build, can be completely wiped out in a single moment. So I want you to ask yourself, honestly, how's your balance sheet looking today? Are you making more deposits than withdrawals?